Wisconsin. How you doing, everyone? I've got something awesome here today for you all. Big, huge shout out to the guys over at Brew City and now No Name Craft E-Juices. What can I say? They when I first tried their juice, I think the first ones were Straffels, Vaccine, and Bradford. How much easier could it be to quit cigarettes? I mean, the stuff was light years more enjoyable than any cigarette or cigar I've ever had, and that on top of just the whole new excitement of the new hobby and the community and everything like that. It just really made it super easy to quit and to stay off of cigarettes. So I want to give them, first of all, a big, huge thank you, especially PJ, for sending me the sample, the 30 mils of Blue Moon, one of the No Name Craft E-Juice's new flavors. This stuff is earth-shattering. Personally, in my opinion, I've always loved Blue Moon ever since I was a baby. My parents first gave me, that was my first ice cream I ever tried. And I just remember being a kid growing up and thinking, wow, that's ice cream, but it's blue. And I tried it, and the flavor was just out of this world, too. So, I mean, growing up, I had this stuff all the time. So to see that, a Midwest e-juice company coming out with a Blue Moon, which is a Midwest ice cream, just awesome. So, although I'll have to say I was a bit skeptical at first. Skeptical at first because it's a complex flavor. No one really knows what Blue Moon is because there is no official recipe for it. Cedar Crest does a Blue Moon. A lot of other companies do a Blue Moon. So everyone kind of does their own take on it. So I think that is why No Name excels at this, because we all know how good PJ and Jamel and whoever else, I'm not sure whoever else is over at Brew City, they're great. They know what they're doing. Everything they make is top notch. Even if you don't like, personally I'm not a big King's Custard fan, but I can still appreciate, tons of people love that stuff. It's a great juice, even if you don't like the flavor. So I want to drip some of this for you guys. I'll get into a little bit of what the flavor tastes like. So let me just cut out real quick here and I'll be back in a second. Before I get into the important part that I'm really excited about, the flavor, the testing, the review, there's a couple things I want to talk to you guys about first, and I'm going to try to be brief, but I'm, kind of neurotic, so we'll see how long this lasts. First of all, I want to give you a disclaimer. I didn't get any information with this juice. It came in a box. PJ just said, hey, what's your address? I want to send you this Blue Moon. So he sent it to me, and I'm vaping it. I know they test pretty rigorously, at least from what I've heard. They don't release their stuff right away, obviously. They mix it, and then they give out samples, and they get feedback, and they tweak, just like any other place would do, or any chef would kind of do. It's constantly evolving, I would assume. So I don't know where they're at with this stage. I don't know how close this is to the final product, if this is even going to come out to the public. So I don't want to, make any assumptions on this stuff. I don't want to give out any false information. If I know they do have another flavor floating around that's called Toucan. If anyone else knows any information, feel free, obviously, to leave some stuff in the comments. PJ or Jamel or anyone else, if you guys end up seeing this and you feel like divulging anything, that would be awesome because we all love your stuff. So the other thing is I want to talk about exactly what Blue Moon is for those of you that don't know, or if you do know what it is and you don't know the history behind it. So what makes Blue Moon kind of an interesting flavor? First of all, it is a Midwest type thing. You will only hear it called Blue Moon in the Midwest or places that get Midwest products like Cedar Crest product because they have a Blue Moon flavor. So like Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, you can find Blue Moon there pretty readily available. In the South, it's called Smurf. Obviously a knockoff. I mean, Smurf, that's not very creative. And also in Germany, it is called, I believe, Engelblau, which would be Blue Angel. So the reason there's kind of a mystery behind Blue Moon is there isn't really a documented history of the recipe or the evolution of the flavor. But the most recent and the most thorough investigation into Blue Moon came out in 2007, actually in the Chicago Tribune, which is their daily newspaper. It was done by a woman named Nara Schoenberg. And she first started out saying there's two main theories that she had about Blue Moon. The first being that it came from Sherman's Dairy Products in Michigan, which she quickly shot down. And the first and the reigning supreme theory about Blue Moon is that it comes from right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So come on, let's raise the roof for Blue Moon. Everyone knows how fucking awesome it is. So the theory is, or that, you know, what Nara Schoenberg claims is the theory, is that this guy named Doc Seiden created it in like around 1982, or at least he created it, and then in 1982 the company he worked for was sold to Edgar A. Weber Company of Chicago. So they now actually own the trademark to the Blue Moon formula. So this Nara Schoenberg woman ended up tracking down some people that actually worked with this Doc Seiden character, and they say that it was all common knowledge that he was the genius behind this flavor. So obviously I'm paraphrasing from this article I found on whoknew.com. So they say it could date back to as far as even the local 30s. There's some newspapers that have an ice cream called Blue Moon in it. But, yeah, like I said, there's no facts, there's no proof of any of this, so it's kind of got that cool urban legend type thing behind it. Or maybe I'm just weird for, you know, being this into it, I don't know, but I'll let you guys decide. So, okay, we got that out of the way. What do I think Blue Moon is? I mean, there are a ton of theories on what flavors make up Blue Moon. We've got the most typical ones would be like almond. I hear almond a lot. We've got vanilla. There's like a little bit of lemon, which I could see there's lemon. Amaretto, coconut, marshmallow. There's usually kind of a marshmallow flavor. And then a lot of people say it just tastes like Fruit Loops, which doesn't make sense because what does Fruit Loops taste like? I mean, that's very vague. So I guess what it boils down to is what product you're consuming, because everyone's got their own take on it. The only person that has the trademark recipe is Edgar A. Weber Company of Chicago. So Edgar A. Weber, come on, give us the 411. What's in this stuff? So let's get into it. I've done enough babbling now. I've done enough overexcitement on this flavor of ice cream that I hold dear to my heart. So what am I vaping on right now? I've got this box mod that I made. It is a box that I use to inhale juice. So it's a juice box, wink wink. I don't know if any of you guys know what's going on with that, but yeah, some interesting stuff going on. This is a parallel build here, as you can see, nice and clean in there. Not a lot of slack wires. I've got the MOSFET going to protect the switch, and then I'm using the Fat Daddy Vapes Box Mod 510 connection. Atomizer, I've got the Vulcan, straight out of Japan. This is my absolute favorite atomizer for flavor right now. Hands down, knocks every other one out of the park. This thing's awesome. It's got the double heatsink, kind of, you know, reminiscent of the Tobe Addy, but it's like a conjoined twin Tobe Addy, I guess I like to call it. So as far as the build goes, I got some 26G plat in here. It's just a simple coil, I think around a 1/8 drill bit. And right now she's firing at about 0.35, which I find is a pretty good spot for this Vulcan. Not too low, not too high, depending on what you're using. Regulated is totally different, obviously, but with the parallel, I like her right at 0.4. And she's going pretty nice, so. Okay, so I'm just going to reapply a little bit of this juice here. And sorry, I know this is getting really long-winded, but I don't make videos a lot, so I just kind of wanted to get, you know, excited about this one, do a thorough job. Plus, I'm just excited about this juice, so that's part of it also. Alright, so I'm going to fire her up. Let's see how she goes. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna get one more here. Wow. I mean, I tasted this before, but I kind of just drifted on something. I didn't really make a build specifically for flavor. Now that I've done that, I mean, these guys are awesome. They've done it again. This, without a doubt, this is going to be one of my favorite flavors to vape. I mean, this stuff is great. It's got that nice custardy low tone, but it's not too custardy. It's got a nice bold kind of complex fruit mid-tone. I want to say it does have a little bit of a blue raspberry, some of that marshmallow. I get some of the almond flavors in there, a little bit of amaretto. Pretty sure there's some amaretto in there somewhere, even if it's just a little bit. It's very, very unique. I've never tasted anything like this, except for Blue Moon ice cream. So, does this taste like Blue Moon ice cream? Yeah, this is dead on. I would say go out, buy yourself a little pint of Cedar Crest Blue Moon, sit down with this stuff, and tell me this doesn't taste like Blue Moon. They knocked it out of the park. This stuff's awesome. With a lot of those complex flavors, I'm trying to think of some examples out there. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but some of the more complex flavors, when there's a lot of flavor coming at you, it can get kind of overwhelming, or they'll overpower one flavor and they don't balance out well. This is not like that at all. This has, like I said, it's got that creamy undertone that isn't, it isn't a in-your-face custard where I would say, oh, that's a custard juice. It's not a custard juice, but it's not a fruit juice either. It is, it's a perfect blend, and I'm not dick riding. I'm not being a fanboy here. I really think this is good. And let's see. I'll give it a couple more, see if I can get anything else out of this for you guys. Wow. Very unique. Yeah, I mean, see, go out and if you can get a hold of this stuff whenever it comes out, do it. If you like Blue Moon ice cream, it's perfect. If you like a custardy kind of fruity juice, it's perfect. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again, PJ, for sending me this. This is awesome. You really made my day here. I like getting treats like this. I feel so special. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll probably be back with some sort of video sometime soon. On what? I don't know. Maybe it might be on something kind of like one of these guys, but might have some sort of chip in there, like one of those Yeehee SX350 ones that are, really popular right now. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the next coming days. For now, vape on, guys, and we'll maybe see you at the vape meet in Madison on September 14th. So check it out.